Okay, so we're going to start with the eggplant. You want one of those beautiful Italian eggplants, right? You could also use the smaller Japanese style. But
have you seen the Sicilian ones?
oh yeah, those red ones.
Yeah, those are
they're adorable.
I know, they're very cute.
Based on your mood, whatever you're feeling that day, whatever looks good.
Yeah.
We're going to cut it up into cubes, little dice here, and we're going to get that going with just a little bit of oil. Now, there's olive oil in here. I like to use the olive oil for this.
Yeah.
And typically with the caponata, the eggplant will get fried separately and then added back in.
Eggplant is very, like, it feels not like it is, but it's a sponge. And it's liquidy, and it'll absorb that oil. So you want to cook it down so it gets almost jammy.
Yeah, so I considered doing it that way, but I thought, this is the summer. We want less cooking, not more. So let's just like.
I mean, we got to start it.
Yeah, we got to start.
Love it, love it.
Okay, some other classic ingredients we're going in with celery, which might not be something that you think of automatically in here, but it does add that certain quality.
A little bit of herbiness.
Yes,
right?
I love a good celery.
Me too.
Someone once told me that they didn't actually grow up with celery in their crisper, and I thought that was such an odd thing.
We are all shocked.
Yeah.
We had our celery in basically, I think it was like a pickle keeper, and it always stayed in water, so it was crispy all the time. Yes. Like a Tupperware party thing.
Yeah, so good.
Classic. Thanks, Mom. That was great.
So we went in with some pepper. You can use whatever color you want. A little bit of white onion, and then we're going to go in with one of my favorites. I have this in my crisper all the time, a zucchini.
Or if you know someone who grows a zucchini, if you grow zucchini, you're about to have like 1,000 zucchinis. So it's always good to be able to use them
Drop it on the door, ring the doorbell.
Flowers,
too.
Yes. Oh, yes, 100%.
I will take any vegetables you want to give me because I don't actually garden. It's just like I just too much work for me for the outcome.
The only thing I can keep alive are food plants. If I can't eat it, it's gonna die. It's not lasting.
I have herbs and jalapenos and like cherry tomatoes.
Oh, perfect. That's all you need.
Okay, so next we're gonna go with a tomato.
Okay.
We're gonna use a Roma tomato here. We like them because they're nice and meaty and they typically have less moisture.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get rid of more moisture by doing the little thumb trick here. We're just gonna dig out those seeds.
There you go.
Now this,
Perfect.
As soon as Andrea Buckett earlier was like, you're gonna do this, and I'm like, I know exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah. Perfect.
And then we're gonna dice it.
Okay.
We wanna get as much, I know we're gonna add more liquid in later, but we wanna get as much moisture out of those tomatoes as possible. Especially, you can do this ahead of time. You could also just put this out with some like pita chips and serve it like a little relish before dinner.
Nice, love that.
But we're gonna make it and put it with pasta, of course.
Perfect. I love the fact that we're using aroma because they're really kind of meaty tomatoes.
Yeah.
They're not super juicy.
Exactly.
So they cook down really, really nicely.
Wanna add
Good
them to the
sauce
pot
to
here?
They're slippery.
All right, so we're gonna add those to the pot. Now this would typically be cooked down a little bit more here when we add the tomatoes. We're also gonna go in with some garlic.
Nice.
You could add the garlic here at the beginning because the vegetables are so wet, it's not gonna burn and get bitter.
Yeah.
But I just like to put it in here.
I like it. Yeah, I'm always putting my garlic in late. The more you want to taste that punchy garlic, the later you put it into your recipe.
Exactly.
Then you get that kind of kick. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna swap this out for something that looks like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then we're going to add our agra dolce components.
Okay.
So we're gonna go with some sugar. You could use honey if you like. About 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Now, what about, I love like a little golden raisin chopped up.
And that is sort of a traditional thing in a caponata, so that would go well here. I just thought pasta and raisins. I don't know if I was on board yet with that.
You know, I'm not mad if it's a golden raisin. Any other raisin, get out of here.
And then we're going to go in with the sour component, so we're going to go in with some white wine vinegar.
Okay.
But again, you can switch this sort of sweet and sour profile up with whatever sweet and sour items you have.
Okay, beautiful.
Lemon juice would be great. Red wine vinegar, balsamic if you want to give it a little bit of sweetness. And then we're going to do the sort of briny bits. So I've got some olives.
Okay.
And you can do green olives, you can do black olives. I like it. Listen, I have about 4 jars of olives on the go.
Always.
4 different kinds?
1,000%.
Some of them
Always
have-
for the martini.
One always for the martini
Yeah,
and Evelyn's.
exactly.
Yeah, I was like, this is why you go to Evelyn's house. Because they're stuck in your fridge, it's just for a drink.
So you can quarter them or half them.
Okay.
I like a good bite.
You like
of
a chunk?
olive. I used to. I think I probably told you this before. I used to get olives in my stock. Still do get olives in my stocking for Christmas.
This is excellent.
Yeah.
I like that. That is good.
My
Okay.
sister gets pickles. I get olives.
I would like both, not gonna lie. I'm gonna be extra greedy. Yeah.
Okay, so then we're gonna go ahead and add those green olives in, and we're gonna add some capers. I like to keep the capers whole.
They're gonna get that little pop of
Yes.
saltiness, brininess.
Yeah, they're just the little bud of the flower that are pickled.
Have you ever seen? Okay, you can't. They don't grow here, but if you Google, if you're in for a treat, just Google what a caper looks like once it's bloomed. They're beautiful little flowers. They're so cute. Yeah.
Okay, some rigatoni. Want to cook it?
Do we want to do it this way, or do we want to do it that
Mary,
way?
sorry.
Okay.
You know what?
I was like, this is full. Here,
Yeah.
we'll do one of these swaps. Okay,
A
perfect.
little do-si dough.
A do-si dough.
You know what? You would put it into the sauce. but
Okay.
We're just going to do it. We're just going to go rogue here,
We're
folks.
going rogue. I feel like we
Yeah.
don't got a lot of room. Okay, perfect. So we've got just some. I like the amount of vegetable to noodle you've got, Andrea Buckett. Oh, that looks stunning.
All right.
Now you've got some pasta water if you need it.
If you need pasta water, you're going to put it in there just to loosen things up a bit.
Okay.
But otherwise, this baby's done. We're going to grab the parsley from over there as well.
Okay, perfect.
Wanna put
It
half of
smells
that in
so
there?
good. I
This
know.
smell, the vinegar in there, that's sweet.
fresh
Oh my gosh, beautiful.
This says summer to me. Now we're going to go in with some burrata.
Okay.
Now, for the most part, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for this.
Okay, let's do it, Andrea.
I think burrata is a little overrated in that.
Okay.
In that. It's like on every single menu everywhere for the
Yes.
last
You're
5 years.
That is true. Though I
Right?
will say I did see my friend's dad experience burrata for the first time last year, and his mind exploded. Look at that. Stunning.
All right. Okay, so we're going to go in with the burrata. Now, typically burrata has a casing around it, and it has that gorgeous ooey gooey center.
Yes.
We're just going to dot this
Do you know,
pasta.
know what my favorite thing about burrata is? It is mozzarella cheese around shredded up mozzarella cheese.
With cream.
With cream. Yeah, that's the inside is just shredded mozzarella mixed with cream and then put in more cheese.
I find that center though, like it's just like cottage cheese kind of.
Oh,
Do not speak badly.
I love cottage cheese. Come on,
No
it's like-
time for cottage cheese, yeah.
well, cottage cheese with really good olive oil drizzled on top of it.
Alex Page, this
yeah.
is the only time you're losing me.
I do love cottage
Yeah,
cheese, but
yeah.
this is not cottage cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Mary.
No
And
worries.
then we're going to garnish with the rest of the parsley.
Okay, perfect.
And we're going to go on there with a little crunch because everything's sort of cooked down
Yeah.
and soft.
Ooh.
Some toasted slivered almonds.
Beautiful. Maybe a little bit of this.
Little drizz?
Little
Oh,
drizz.
Yeah.
Andrea Buckett, that looks stunning.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, I'm very excited about this. Cannot wait to dig in. But Evelyn Chick.
I was ready to jump into that.
Yeah, she was. She was like, oh. But first up, you are going to do some cocktail or drink pairings today. What do you think
Yes.
goes with this?
So the first one, we always go, you know, what do we pair with pasta? Most people are like a little red wine, maybe it's a heavy white. In the summer, I love a Lambrusco. So it's a sparkling red from the Emilia-Romagna region. And this has got like some vegetal qualities to it. It's got some like acidity, kind of really bright, like jammy fruit flavors. I'm just gonna like pass this on.
Yeah.
Now,
for
a
everybody.
Lambrusco, for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically like sparkling red
Yes.
wine.
So
And
it
it's
is made,
delicious.
yeah, like skin extracted, so made like a red wine, and then done traditional sparkling method. So like the yeast ferments with your wine mash, and then it's got like a really kind of beautiful like.
Can we drink it?
It's chomping at the bit right now.
But it's great with tomatoes if you've ever done that, and great with pasta, especially one with so much flavor.
This is like grape juice for adults.
It's yes. It is like summertime.
so
Let me
good.
tell you,
Yeah.
I had a bite of this. This is fantastic. That's sweet, that's sour, that's salty. With this, get out of town. We are off to a great start with this alfresco party. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.